A lot of enthusiasm around Clawdbot, Clawdbot. It's not a Claude application or whatever. It's made by someone else, but it's free to access and all that kind of stuff. It can do some cool stuff by the looks of it. I haven't got my hands dirty in it yet. However, you've got to be careful, because when you become over enthusiastic about AI and all the things it can do, you leave your front door wide open to breaches of data privacy and security. You mightn't give a shit about your own data. However, if you're working for clients, this is particularly important, especially when you're sharing authorization tokens and keys and passwords and all that kind of stuff with Claude or any other AI. That information is going to the company's servers, to Anthropic servers, to OpenAI's servers. And at the very least, it's saved for 30 days. I can't talk with any degree of conviction about OpenAI, but when it comes to Anthropic, even if you opt out in your settings for your data to train the model, you're still training the model. Your stuff is kept for 30 days, and only after that time do they delete it. So all the files, all the conversations, all the data that you give it, that you allow it access to, goes up to the web to train, to Anthropic servers to train the model. But that's not even the worst of it. You might not care about your own data, but what about your clients? If you're using their materials and you're helping them get ahead with AI, you need to consider these things. The Chrome extension, that presents security issues, because you'll send a crawling websites doing things on your behalf, or maybe it's not the Chrome extension, maybe it's the Playwright plugin for your local edition of Cloud Code or whatever it happens to be. These bots crawl the web and they're not discerning. So if you give it access to websites and tell it to go get data, it can inadvertently let creepy crawlies on your material and they can wreak havoc. So you really have to be careful. And Clawdbot is a prime example. People are talking about ranting and raving and, all excited about how wonderful Clawdbot is and how it's working 24/7 on their behalf and all this kind of stuff. And it sounds great. But what about the threat to security and privacy? What information are they allowing in? What third parties are gaining access to their data without their knowing? It's a minefield if you're dealing with sensitive information, client information. If you're a private practitioner like me, you're taking notes and you're saving them digitally. Even Google Drive, all of these, I don't know. Anyway, you've got to give it some consideration. It's important, or you live to regret it.